beats the hell out of me.
This book of Phoebe's is filthy.
Are you trying to tell us you've never heard those words before?
It's not just the words, it's the sex passages. My God, they're positively pornographic.
Please, Jason, I was dealing with the fantasies of a young girl.
You really thought all those things about me?
No, the girl in the book isn't really...
The girl is you, Phoebe.
All right, the girl is based upon me. Her essence may be me, but in actuality...
Why are you stammering?
Because I'm extremely shy. Now, will you take off your clothes and lie down so I can...
Listen to this. He had the lean, hard body and supple legs of a tennis professional.
So?
So that's my body she's describing.
Please, Jason, I wouldn't use your body.
No, why not?
I wanted those passages to be erotic.
Well, it certainly sounds like my body a few years ago. That feels good.
Well, I'll leave the two of you alone to iron out your creative differences. And Jason, try to be a better person.
He was gracious, witty, and elegant, and wore the mantle of success as if it had been custom-made. Well, you certainly captured me there.
Really wish you wouldn't read that out loud.
But since he was stark naked, I didn't become aware of these qualities until later. My immediate attention was caught by his Oh, that's better. Ooh, that feels good. Oh, yes, right there. Oh, yes.
I was standing outside the door and I heard these guttural groaning sounds and cries of pleasure. So naturally I assumed that you were giving him a massage. I burst in here and sure enough you are. So, I have some things to do at the desk.
Well, we're trying to work. I mean, you're not going to bang a typewriter, are you?
I'll use a soft lead pencil.
The ending bothers me.
How can you tell? You've only read 3 pages of it.
Come on, Phoebe. I read the book when it was still in manuscript form.
What do you mean?
Well, it's too bittersweet. And there are other problems.
I know. Why does she stay in love with him after all of those years?
Well, I can give you a few pointers on that. He's successful, witty, charming, and never boring, at least not to her.
But what about the audience? He may come off as vain, arrogant, insensitive, demanding. At least he has to have a reason why he never seemed to return her affection.
It wasn't that simple. How about this? Supposing he's a man who believes in tradition, including the tradition of marriage. As soon as he marries, he realizes he's made a mistake. But he's an honorable man, so he lives with his mistake. The victim of bad timing. He makes the best of the situation.
You mean he wants it both ways?
Look, it wasn't easy for me. For him. Selfish, yes, but isn't that human?
Well, not enough. I mean, if he really felt that way about her, why couldn't he have just said so?
Well, okay, maybe he's a man who has difficulty showing his emotions, who likes his life, especially his emotional life, as tidy as possible. It's not an admirable quality, it's not one he admires in himself, but ingrained in his character.
But then, why did he
I
have...
can answer that. He had the affair with the actress rather than the girl because she meant nothing to him. He thought that it would keep the situation emotionally tidy. If it happened with the girl, he knew he couldn't control it. It would have blown the roof off. Do you believe that, Phoebe?
Hey, no.
What are you doing skulking back there?
I'm sorry to have interrupted you.
Oh, it's no trouble. We were just finishing.
Yes, I think we should call it a day. I feel we accomplished a great deal today, don't you?
Need a hand with that?
No, I got it.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Something the matter?
It's amazing. Within 3 weeks, you asked you back to looking like Cinderella before she went to the ball.
Leo, I'm sorry. I know these past few weeks must have been difficult for you.
Just as difficult for you.
Well, I have been a bit distracted.
Distracted? I feel as if I've been living with a bad waitress.
What do you mean?
I've been trying to catch your eye for days.
You caught it, honey. What's your pleasure?
When are we going to make love?
Is that it? I mean, Leo, I'm sorry. It's just, I just don't feel comfortable in Jason and Allison's old house in their old bed.
I'm relieved to hear there's a good reason.
Look, it was you who insisted we move back here. You'd have to know I'd be run ragged for a few weeks. God.
Yes, I expected all that.
Then why are you so upset?
You never have to ask each other questions.
What?
You read each other's minds. It's incredible. You finish each other's sentences like an old married couple.
Leo, it's just an old work habit. We've been working together for so long that our minds have turned into the same wavelength.
It bothers me.
Why?
Because you have to ask me why. For the past 15 minutes, I've been watching my wife and the man mentally calculate. I feel like a voyeur.
Oh, Leo, you're exaggerating.
Listen, I've been thinking... I have the feeling I've wandered into the middle of a family squabble.
No.
As a matter of fact, you have.
Well, don't let me interrupt you. I'll just sit quietly over here and read Phoebe's filthy book.
We can talk about this later, Leo.
No, I think we're finished. I decided to fly to Rochester to see my kids.
What? Oh, how long will you be gone?
I'll be in Rochester a few weeks. I don't know how long I'll be gone.
Time for me to make a graceful exit.
No, Jason, it's mine. I think you both should hear why it is I'm leaving. You see, when I was about 8, I was a pretty fair stick. Hold on, Jason. I'll stick to the highlights. When I was about 8, I was a pretty fair stickball player. When the guys in my block chose up sides, I was always the second guy chosen. In college, even in high school, I got straight A's. A girl named Stephanie Novak edged me out as valedictorian. In college, I was the second best distance runner at state. The second. Are you following me?
The pattern is starting to emerge.
Good. Well, this time I'm not going to settle for second. The others I could live with, but this time I hate myself. And that wouldn't be fair. I'm a pretty nice guy and I don't deserve it.
Please, Leo, you don't have to.
I'm almost finished. You see, getting the consolation prize doesn't really bother me. But being the consolation prize, that really gets to me. I love you. I probably always will. But I want my marriage to be a blue ribbon affair. I don't know what's going on between you two, and I'm not so sure you do either. But whatever it is, I think you should have a chance to find out and get it settled once and for all. And to do that, you need some time and freedom. And that's about it. I wish you both happiness one way or the other. I'd like to say you deserve each other, but I'm not so sure you do.
Well, he's right about one thing. He's a pretty nice guy.